Good morning, students. Myself, Professor Kamthane DC from Department of Microbiology, Sri Guru Buddhi Swami College, Purna. Today, I am discussing about this air microbiology, and this topic it is divided into two parts, part 1 and part 2. First, in the part 1, we have to discuss about this definition and composition of air. This air, it is the gaseous mantle, that is the layer present around earth. This air, it is present ubiquitous, that is it occupies atmosphere everywhere. This air does not provide necessary nutrients, proper physiological conditions as well as physical support to the microorganisms. Hence, it is not acting as a natural habitat for the growth and reproduction of these microorganisms. Though this is not the medium for the existence and the growth of the microorganism, variety of microorganisms found in the air as bacteria, yeast, molds, viruses carried from different sources. These microorganisms contain the pathogens of plants, human beings, other animals, causing different diseases. Now we discuss about the composition of the air. The composition of the air, it is given by the scientist Landsberg in 1951, having the different components measured in percent. Nitrogen 78.03, oxygen 20.99, argon 0.94, carbon dioxide 0.03, hydrogen 0.01, neon 0.0012, krypton 0.0010, helium 0.0004, xenon 0.0001 and ozone variable. The water vapors and dust particles are also present in the air, and they differ according to the season, wind currents and height of the atmosphere. This air is the basic need of life. The various components present in the air, these play significant role for the growth of living organisms. The respiration, this is the one of the most widely used mechanism for the ATP synthesis by the living organisms. Oxygen acts as the ultimate electron acceptor in aerobic respiration. This CO2 which is present in the air, it is used by the organisms and plants in the process photosynthesis for the biosynthesis of cellular organic compounds. The atmospheric nitrogen which is present, it acts as a source of nitrogen element for nitrogen fixing microorganisms. The various biomolecules, these are synthesized by using the fixed nitrogen. The components synthesized are proteins, nucleic acids and nitrogen biomolecules. The next component, that is the hydrogen, present in the air, acting as a source of electrons for hydrogen oxidizing bacteria. The ozone component plays an important role and filter the harmful UV radiations coming from the sunlight. The dust particles and the moisture, they support the growth of the microorganisms. Then we discuss about the sources of microorganisms in air. There are various sources of the microorganisms as soil, water, vegetation, human and animals. First we discuss about the soil. The soil, it is the large reservoir of microorganisms and support the growth of almost all types of these microorganisms. The microorganisms adhere to these soil particles, and with the help of the wind current, these get enter inside the air. The spores and the vegetative cells of different microorganisms enter in the air. The spores remain for long time in the air. Next source, this is the water. Microorganisms in marine environment and water source different water sources are carried with the help of wind current in the form of the droplets. The next factor, vegetation. The microorganisms present on the plant surface, and these are carried and come into the air with wind currents, and these are mainly the phytopathogenic fungi, as this Plasmopara viticola causing downy mildew in case of these grapes, Ericyphe graminis causing powdery mildew in case of the cereals, Cercospora arachidis causing ticca disease on groundnut, Bipolaris oryzae causing brown spot on rice, Aspergillus niger causing black rot on onion, and so many other phytopathogenic fungi, these are also present in the air. Next factor, human and animals. Microorganisms are frequently released from human and animal bodies by the different activities as sneezing, coughing, belching. Through these activities, the microorganisms present in the mouth and the respiratory tract, these come in the air. This spray of the droplets, it is called as the aerosol. The droplets from mouth and respiratory tract are released into air by sneezing, coughing activities of the human and animals. Each droplet consists of saliva and mucus containing the microorganisms. The bacterial number present in a single sneeze may be 10,000 to 1 lakh. These droplets are having size about 100 micrometer in diameter. These droplets travel for a distance, and the moisture which is present in these droplets get dried, and these droplets converted into the droplet nuclei, which are having the size up to 10 micrometer. Then we have to see the significance of microorganisms in air. First, food manufacture, then spoilage of food and pharmaceutical products, contamination of these pure cultures. First, that is significance of the microorganisms in food manufacture. The microorganisms which are present in the air, these are used to produce some fermentation products. These microorganisms are allowed to settle on this stationary production medium and incubated. For example, acetic acid bacteria, these are traditionally used for the production of vinegar. From these, high efficiency pure cultures are developed, which are producing good quality and maximum quantity of the product for large scale production. Next, spoilage of foods and pharmaceutical products. These microorganisms present in the food, these contaminate the foods and other fermentation products prepared in homes and industries. The aseptic filling rooms of food and pharmaceutical industries are provided with sterile air to avoid the spoilage. Then next, contamination of pure cultures. Pure cultures are the cultures which are having only one type of the microorganism, and these pure cultures are used for large scale production of food, pharmaceutical and other products in different industries. Pure cultures often get contaminated by airborne bacteria, as example bacillus, and these contaminated organisms causing the change in morphology, cultural and biochemical characters of the pure cultures, and this causes decrease in the quality and quantity of the industrial product produced by the starter culture. Now we discuss about these airborne diseases. The diseases which are spread through the air are called as airborne diseases. These diseases are transmitted by either dust or droplet nuclei via the respiratory route. Airborne diseases may be infectious or non-infectious. Infectious diseases transfer from person to person. First, we see the airborne bacterial diseases. First, streptococcal pharyngitis. This is the pharyngitis or sore throat, that is the infection of pharynx. Only 5 to 10% cases of pharyngitis are caused by group A beta hemolytic streptococcus pyogenes. This infection popularly known as strep throat and is common in school children of 5 to 15 years old. The contaminated foods, particularly unpasteurized milk, spread the disease. In this, there is local inflammation and high fever. The tonsils become quite tender and develop white pus-filled lesions. This common cold and this streptococcal pharyngitis differ from each other. The absence of nasal discharge and cough helps to distinguish strep throat from the common cold. For the treatment, the antibiotics such as penicillin and erythromycin are preferred. Next bacterial disease, this is the tuberculosis or TB. Scientist Robert Koch first identified Mycobacterium tuberculosis as the causal agent of tuberculosis. About 8 million cases are observed every year in world and approximate annual death is 3 millions. These occur among homeless, malnourished persons or alcoholic drinkers. This bacterium infects through droplet nuclei and spread into the respiratory route. The bovine tuberculosis is caused by Mycobacterium bovis in cows and cattle. This Mycobacterium bovis spreads to human through contaminated milk. This chemotherapy, this involves use of isoniazid plus rifampin, ethambutol and pyrazinamide. Next bacterial disease, this is the scarlet fever caused by Streptococcus pyogenes. This scarlet fever pinkish red rash develops on the neck, chest and soft areas of the arms. There is leaking of blood through the walls of capillaries damaged by erythrogenic toxin. The tongue has a spotted strawberry like appearance. Then it loses its upper membrane and becomes red. Next disease, diphtheria. Diphtheria disease caused by Corynebacterium diphtheria. The symptoms include a thick mucopurulent nasal discharge containing mucus and pus, vomiting, headache, fever, cough and stiffness in neck and back. Penicillin and erythromycin are commonly preferred antibiotics for the treatment of the infection. Next, bacterial disease, meningitis. Greek menings means membrane and its itis means inflammation. This is the inflammation of menins, that are the membranes of brain or spinal cord. This bacterial meningitis and aseptic meningitis syndrome, these are the two types. Bacterial meningitis is caused by Streptococcus pneumoniae, Haemophilus influenzae, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Nocardia, Asteroides and Staphylococcus aureus. The specific antibiotics preferred are penicillin, chloramphenicol, cefotaximine, ofloxacin, etc. The vaccines of Streptococcus pneumoniae and Neisseria meningitis are also used as precautionary means. Next, airborne viral diseases. The viral diseases spread through the air are smallpox, chickenpox, measles, mumps, influenza and common cold. Influenza is a viral respiratory disease caused by orthomyxovirus, an enveloped RNA virus. The symptoms of influenza are chills, fever, headache, malaise and muscular pain. The flu is recovered in 3 to 7 days. This is not fatal disease. In these two types, bird flu and swine flu, these avian influenza virus type A that primarily infects birds were found to infect humans. The virus is influenza A H5N1. The swine flu, it is caused by influenza virus A H1N1. The main precautionary measure, it is the use of mask of N95, avoid public places, use of tissue paper during coughing, sneezing, and the medicines recommended are oseltamivir, that is Tamiflu, and zanamivir. Next, viral disease, measles. This is also called as rubella. The symptoms are cough, fever, headache, conjunctivitis. This virus, it is belongs to the family Paramyxoviridae. This virus is single-stranded RNA. The incubation period, it is 10 to 21 days. There is no specific treatment of measles. The use of attenuated measles vaccine alone or in combination with MMR vaccine is recommended for the children. Next, mumps. This is caused by the virus, mumps virus, mainly in school age children. This is the paramyxovirus transmitted in the respiratory tract by droplets. The symptoms are swelling and tenderness of the salivary glands, after 16 to 18 days of incubation. Swelling persists for 1 to 2 weeks with low fever. In adults, mumps is dangerous for reproductive system. In female, there is back pain and enlargement of ovaries. The prevention of mumps involves keeping the infected children away from the school and other activities for 2 weeks. Therapy of mumps is the use of live attenuated mumps virus vaccine. It is given as a part of triple MMR vaccine. Next, smallpox or variola. This is very dangerous and fatal of all the diseases. Variola virus is causative agent of the smallpox. This causes death and disfigurement. This on 8 May 1980, WHO formally announced the global eradication of the smallpox. The early symptoms are chills, fever and general prostration. When temperature falls, pinkish red spots develops first on the scalp, forehead and neck. The spots converted into pink pimples or papules, which turn into fluid-filled vesicles. In the advanced stage, the vesicles are merged from pustules that cover the whole surface of the body. When the pustules burst, pus comes out. The pustules are deep in the skin as compared to chicken pox that appears on surface. The next viral disease, chicken pox. This is highly contagious skin disease, primarily of children of 2 to 7 years old. Causative agent is a varicella zoster virus of the family Herpes viridae, which is acquired by droplet inhalation to respiratory system. Incubation period is 10 to 23 days. Small vesicles erupt on the face or upper trunk, fill with pus, rupture and become covered by scabs. Healing of the vesicles occur in about 10 days. During this time, intense itching is often present. The individuals recovered from chicken pox are subsequently immune to the disease. Next, airborne fungal diseases. First, superficial mycosis. These infections are localized along hair shafts and in superficial epidermal cells, collectively called as piedrestrinias. These are very much prevalent in tropical climates. Pityriasis versicolor caused by lipophilic yeast, Malassezia furfur. Tinea nigra caused by fungus, Horteia wernicki. Black pedra caused by Pydria horti. The next, cutaneous mycosis. These fungi are capable of colonizing hair, nail, claws, spines and other layers of epidermis of human and animals are keratinophilic fungi. These fungi secrete keratinase enzyme degrading keratin, that is the protein found in hairs, nails and skin. Infections caused by these fungi are called dermatomycosis or cutaneous mycosis. For example, Tinea capitis caused by Microsporum canis, Microsporum odeoni and Trichophyton tonsurans. Next, subcutaneous mycosis. These are the fungal infections beneath the skin and caused by saprophytic fungi carried into the air from soil and decaying vegetation. There is direct inhalation of the spores or mycelium fragments into small wounds that allows entry into subcutaneous tissues. Infections to nails, hairs and skin are caused by Epidermophyton floccusum, Microsporum cani, Microsporum odeoni, Trichophyton, Mentagrophytes. And next, systemic mycosis. These are the fungal infections that penetrate deep within the body. These are not restricted to a particular region but are capable of infecting a number of tissues and organs. Inhalation of fungal spores is the route of transmission for the disease. Example, histoplasmosis caused by inhalation of spores of Histoplasma capsularum and cryptococcus caused by Cryptococcus neoformans. Opportunistic mycosis. This caused by both endogenous flora of the host and by the exogenous fungi present in the air, water and soil. For example, Pneumocystis pneumonia caused by Pneumocystis carini. Thank you for your listening.